Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lala and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my deep fried cookie dough dessert. Yes, let's get started. So I'm adding my butter, it's room temperature, to my bowl, my brown sugar, and I'm just going to whip that up a little bit until it's combined and nice and fluffy. Okay, so now that I'm satisfied, I'm gonna add my egg and a little bit of vanilla extract. Alright, so I'm just gonna whip that up again until my egg is fully combined. Alright, so now that I'm satisfied with that, I'm just going to scrape my bowl down a little bit to make sure everything was combined properly, and then I'm going to add the rest of my ingredient. So now I'm adding my flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. I'm adding half of the amount of chocolate chip that the recipe recommended. I just think that a whole cup will be overkill. You know what I mean? It's just going to be too much chocolate, especially for what I'm gonna do at the end. I think this amount or a little bit less will be better. Anyway, so my mixture is a little bit on the soft side, so I'm gonna pop it in the fridge. If yours is not as soft as mine, then you could just move on to the next step. Okay. Alright, so I popped mine in the fridge. I'm using the smallest scoop of my, I have 3 size scoops. I'm using the smaller one and I'm rolling it. I did wash my hands very properly. I didn't have gloves at this time, so I'm using my bare hands. So, I mean, if you're more comfortable using the gloves, then go ahead. So, yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna roll all of these until my batter is done, or my cookie dough is done. By the way, you guys, you can make this smaller if you prefer, but I would not recommend larger, being that when I'm frying, you'll see that it does sink to the bottom. So any bigger than this I would not recommend. So yeah, you can make whatever size you want. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I'm Lala, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up and a comment as well. That will be greatly appreciated. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back, and please remember to share, comment, and leave me a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. So basically, I popped that in the fridge after I was done. Now I'm going to make my batter, and I'm just adding a little bit of salt and baking powder to my flour. And I'm going to be adding a little bit of sugar, not too much because I don't want it to be overly sweet, because I'm going to be doing this with ice cream. Even if I'm not, then you don't want to, you know, overdo it with the sugar, because then again, you're not going to enjoy it. All you're going to be thinking about, oh my gosh, it's sweet. So just a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so basically I just used a whisk to whisk that up to combine that properly, and then I'm adding some vegetable oil to that, and then I'm going to be adding my milk. Okay, so I'm going to be whisking this until it's completely combined. But you know what, you guys, I did find that this was a little bit on the thicker side. If you're okay with that, then you know, whenever I put the recipes in the description box below, so please do check that out. By the way, you can, you know, adjust it if you like. I did adjust mine off camera. I did add a little bit more of the milk to loosen it up, and it worked out very well for me instead of the very heavy batter. Okay, so now that's ready. I'm just going to dip my my oil is ready actually. I'm going to dip my cookie doughs into the batter mixture, and then I'm going to drop it. As you can see, it did sink to the bottom, so that's why I was saying that try not to make these too big. And yeah, so yeah, I'm just putting a few of them in there. I'm going to use my little ladle there and just lift them up so they start to float. As long as you give them a nudge, they will start to float. So do that as soon as possible so it does not get burned on the bottom of the pot. Okay. Yeah, by the way, they will give off a little bit of that extra batter, so don't worry about that. After you finish the first batch, just clean up your oil and then go ahead with your second batch. Okay? This took me 2 batches, by the way. For the longest time, you guys, I really wanted to try and make this recipe. I've been sitting on it for a while, and I said I always wanted to try how it tastes. Deep fried cookie dough, like what is that? But you know, I did try it and I loved it. It's not something I will eat often because, yeah, no, I would not eat this often. Once in a while, when you feel, especially, you know, if you have a sweet tooth or whatever. But you know what? These, well, without the batter, after I roll them and everything, these freeze very well. So you can make these ahead of time if you like. And then when you're ready, just make up your batter and then do your thing. But trust me, these freeze very well. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to put them in a colander just to drain the excess oil. These doesn't take very long to fry up, maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, I would say. I wasn't timing it, unfortunately, but as long as they get golden brown, then you know it's ready to go because, you know, the batter is not as heavy as it was before. So yeah, it did fry up very fast and it was cooked all the way through because my chocolate was melted and everything was good. So yeah, 30 seconds to a minute, I would say. Alright, so now that's done. I'm just going to clean my oil up a little bit and then I'll do my second batch. Alright, so now that's done. It's time to serve it up. So I'm just adding a little bit of vanilla ice cream to my bowl here. And yeah, and then I'm just going to top it with some of the cookie dough ball. Like I said, you don't have to do it with the ice cream. You can eat it just by itself. And it's all good anyways, but I just wanted to do a little something extra, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just added a few cookie balls there, and then I melted some chocolate in a Ziploc bag, and I'm just gonna do a little drizzle just to get that popping. Yeah. Alright, and there you go. Look at, you turn a cookie dough balls into a classy dessert. I will say classy. I don't care what nobody says. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.